Hezface. Guys, today I'm so excited to talk about my Disney audition. Okay, so I've always wanted to audition to be a Disney character. It's just something I've always wanted to do. I've never been able to. I used to look into the college program, but it just never worked out. So finally, I was close by the audition site. I found an audition for my height, and the only requirement was to be over 18 and I think maybe create a Disney profile, which is super easy. So I went to this audition. I was hoping there would be dancing in there. I was like, okay, dance is my background, so hopefully there'll be like some dance to this audition. There was no dancing, which was unfortunate. There are different audition types. There are some that you go and it would be to be like a dancer in the park, or just different characters that would have more to do with dancing. Going to the audition, I didn't really know what to expect. I was kind of terrified because I'm like, what if I'm the only one there who's a little bit older, like, you know, not 19 or 20? Or what if I'm the only mom there? It doesn't really matter. I just didn't know what to expect. The audition took place at a dance studio. I guess that's pretty normal. There was a sign on the door, just like a printed out sign that said Disney auditions this way, and I kind of got like butterflies in my stomach. I went in, there was like a Disney banner up. I noticed immediately there were a lot of girls. So it was kind of intimidating going in and seeing so many gorgeous girls, because you're like, oh my gosh, like, there's a lot of really pretty girls here. A lot of the girls were wearing dresses and really dressed up, and immediately I was like, I am in workout clothes. Maybe I should have worn something like a little bit dressier. There was a dance studio with a lot of girls in there. I was like 10 minutes before it was supposed to start, so I was a little bit confused, wondering where check-in is. It was kind of weird that there wasn't someone there to like welcome people in and be like, go this way, here are the instructions. It was kind of like everyone was just like, oh, from what I heard, you're supposed to do this. And that was like, kind of made me even more nervous, because you just have to like rely on people around you. But you know, maybe that's a good thing. You come out of your shell a little bit. So I came in and there were some girls that were like, yeah, so what you need to do is you just check in online, and then we're in this dance studio room. Girls in there fixing their makeup. One girl was talking about her fake eyelash extensions, and she was like, maybe I shouldn't have worn these, but oh well. I'm wearing like more natural makeup because I thought that would be better, and just like looking casual in workout clothes, and I'm seeing girls like decked out in fake eyelashes, really gorgeous dresses, and I'm like, I wonder if I went about this the right way. Once I was back in the room, the girls were just like sitting on the floor. The check-in was like a little bit confusing as well, because the website wasn't working and you had to like turn off or on your location. I can't remember. There was some like little trick to it, and so actually a few girls were like, it's not working. And then once you did that, you had to take a selfie to check in, or I mean take a picture. So that honestly was even kind of nerve-wracking, because there's like all these girls sitting on the floor trying not to like look nervous and take a selfie, and mine was looking terrible and the lighting was bad, and I like kept retaking it, and I like eventually just started laughing and talking to the girl next to me, and I was like, my picture's not looking good. Everyone was really friendly though. Like anyone I talked to was really friendly. The girl next to me, I actually found out that she was also a mom, which made me feel so much more at ease. She's like, I have 3 kids. I was like, I have 2 kids. Her sister was Sleeping Beauty, or friends with Sleeping Beauty in the park. She played her while pregnant with twins, which I think is absolutely amazing. And she had been playing her for a really long time, she said, and that as long as the dress still fit, she was able to play or be friends with Aurora while she was pregnant with twins. Like, that is so cool. Wherever this mom is, you are incredible. You get a medal. After a few minutes, the person or the group of people who were in charge came in, said hi to everyone, and then it was time to go in for the big audition. There were a few girls who you could tell had been characters or were characters. We all lined up, we walked into a dance studio room. Immediately I saw there was numbers on the floor, 1 through 10, and each number had a character like on the card. So it'd be like number 1 and have a picture of Alice in Wonderland, or number 2 and a picture of like Maleficent. Sorry, someone just walked by my window and I'm like really loudly talking about auditioning to be a Disney character. I was actually one of the first people to go in, and I lined up and I was directly behind one of the numbers, and I think I was on Maleficent. There were so many girls, and so everyone lines up behind, like in a row behind the number. I think everyone kind of was nervous. We're all quiet and looking around. I also beforehand was talking to someone about, oh, I would love to be a Disney villain. I think that would be so fun to be one of those characters. And sadly, it sounds like most of them have to be really tall. And so I was like, dang it, I don't think that will happen, because those Disney villains like Lady Tremaine, the Cinderella's stepsisters, they're a bit taller. I guess the one thing we had in common was our height, and that's really it. That we're all girls and that we're all close to the same height. So two women who were like in charge of everything went to the front. They introduced themselves. They said that this was just for character look-alike auditions. She said that they were going to go around, ask for our name, if we were currently a Disney cast member or not, and our favorite Halloween candy, because it was almost Halloween time. And I was like, okay, I've never been so nervous about the question of what my favorite type of Halloween candy is. Like, what if this determines if I can be a Disney princess or not? I was number 3. They told us beforehand, we're gonna ask you this question, and then we're gonna go by each line, and then we're gonna go to the corner of the room, we're gonna talk for a minute. They made it really lighthearted. You know, we all know they're talking about who can be a character or not, and then you get cut. They made it lighthearted. They're like, we're just gonna talk to each other. It might be like, what are we gonna have for dinner that night? So don't be too worried about it. And then from there, if you make the cut, we'll call your number in front of you. Please come over here. If you don't make the cut, I'm so sorry. Thank you for coming, but that will be the end of the audition. She's like, we're always auditioning for different Disney characters, so please come back. And you know, it's always nice to hear that. What's interesting is you don't know what Disney character you're auditioning for. It could have been a princess. It could have been Alice in Wonderland. We don't know. And the other thing is that on the casting call, it said that they were also looking for Marvel characters. So for all you know, it could be for like very specific Marvel characters. She's like, I know you're gonna be really tempted to go on social media and be like, my Disney audition, kind of like I am right now. She said, that's fine, you can post about it, but please don't give specifics. So please don't go onto Instagram and post, oh my gosh, I'm auditioning to be Cinderella or whatever. She said that they just like to keep the magic behind the scenes, and they don't want to talk about like, okay, I'm auditioning for this specific character. So I get why they didn't tell us which character. The part about saying your name, if you're a Disney cast member, and then your favorite candy is just seeing what your voice sounds like, how you talk, just that, even that little interaction is enough to be like, okay, this person has the potential to sound like Cinderella or Belle or, you know, whoever. Most of the Disney princess characters, I feel like the cartoon characters have a rounder face shape. I don't have a round face shape. I have a longer face shape, and that's why I was kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna be cast as a character who has a round face. I think maybe Ariel, when I've seen her, the character in the theme parks, has more of an oval face. But that's why I was kind of like, maybe there are, you know, different characters or a Marvel character or a villain or something I could play, because I don't have like that super round face shape that, you know, a Disney princess character might have. They went through, I said, hi, my name's Heather. I am not a Disney cast member, and my favorite Halloween candy is Twix. And so she went down the line, they're just like, thanks. I think they make some notes on their clipboard, the two women, and then they went to the first 10 people and went to the corner of the room. And then that was the moment where you just sit there and smile and smile, you know, and I think they kind of said something like, okay guys, this is the moment where you're looking at us and smiling. And so it was kind of this really awkward moment where we're all lined up in like these perfect lines, and I'm in the very front and there's the mirror, and we're all just smiling, and we're just kind of like smiling and smiling and then looking at them and smiling. It was like cheese fest, but I kind of loved it at the same time. I think they turned on some music so it wasn't quite as awkward. And then they called out 3 numbers, and I knew right away I was not one of the numbers. You kind of look at some of the other people that were leaving and I'm like, you know, it's crazy. We are all different. It's not like it was like, okay, so everyone who was blonde got cut. It was just different people. People that stayed all had different characteristics too. What was great about it is that it was a really quick audition. It was just come in, check in, line up. I was on that first row, so if you do want to get through it quickly, try to get on that first row. Walked through, asked me that question, called those 3 numbers to stay. Everyone else, you're free to go, and that was it. Other Disney auditions where if it is the dancing ones or like callback ones, it can take hours and hours. Seeing casting calls for like Phantasmic dancers and other things like that. Maybe I don't look exactly like whatever character they were doing a casting call for. I would love to go to a dance audition, and I feel like that would be a lot more familiar for me. I was in my car ready to go and I saw like the next row of people leaving and girls continually leaving, and you know, there were really beautiful girls that were cut. It's not like, oh, are you pretty enough to be this character? And that was one of the things that they said. They were like, we try to see if you look consistent with the character that's animated or whoever that character is. And do you look consistent with the people who are playing those characters in the park? You know, people who are already cast in that role. I would have loved to stay and see the end of the audition. If you've gone to this audition and seen the rest of the process, let me know in the comments below. I'm so glad that I went to the audition because it's something that I've always wanted to do. And one of those things that I kind of thought like, oh, once you reach a certain age or once you're a mom, this isn't something you do anymore. I think it was just a really good experience to go and get out of my comfort zone a little bit. If you want to audition, go for it. Don't be scared or nervous, because you can always go back. Even if you go one time just to see what it's all about, you can go back and audition again. I also did a little bit of research, found out that it's a lot harder to be cast as a character in Disneyland versus Disney World. Disneyland is just smaller, there's just less opportunities to be cast as a character in Disneyland. So that's my experience of auditioning to be a Disneyland princess or a Disney character. It was crazy, but I'm so happy that I did it, and it's just one of those things that I'm like, that was a really cool experience. Even if I didn't end up being cast in the parks, I'm still glad that I did it. Thank you so much for watching. You can watch another Disney video on our channel. I hope you guys have a magical day. Bye guys!